to reenact the Battle of Marston Moor, as the forces of Oliver Cromwell defeated the army of King Charles's nephew, Prince Rupert of the Rhine. The whole event was staged for a film to be made for the Royal Armouries Museum, which opens in Leeds next year.
We're rolling. Action.
We're filming the Battle of Marston Moor for the museum. It will be about a 15-minute film, one of those films in the War Gallery, in a small theatre, so people will be sitting down watching this. And this is one of our most important films. It's one that we can bring a large number of people together to do, to give the sort of atmosphere of a big battle with large numbers.
One in that space.
Well, the English Civil War Society is a group of 2,000 enthusiasts, and here we have people from all walks of life. There are doctors on this field, there are nightclub bouncers from various towns in the land. I mean, a whole range of people, all enthusiasts wanting to reconstruct and reenact the English Civil War. The Royal Armouries view in us people with a great eye for detail, and we hope we've managed to achieve that for them this weekend.
Thank you.
Strensel Common, near York, was full of soldiers. Now, Strensel is quite used to soldiers. There is a big army camp here. But these soldiers were different. They were straight out of the 17th century. There were some dressed as royalists, and there were others from the Roundhead or Allied armies. They had come to reenact a famous battle, and since they were all members of the English Civil War Society, they knew what they were about. They wore their authentic uniforms with great pride and were soon really living their parts. Which was just as well, since on this occasion they were going to be filmed.
We're not trying to give them a tan or anything, we're making them look dirty and take the whiteness away from their skin tone so they don't have pristine, clean-looking skin, you see, because they're supposed to have been on the march for 3 days and battling away for about hours and hours and hours.
This was one of a series of films made for the new Royal Armouries Museum in Leeds.
The Allied armies gathered on a ridge overlooking the moor. Many of their soldiers singing psalms and calling upon God to help them that day. And so the stage was set for what was to be one of the biggest battles ever fought on English soil, and one that was to shape the future of England, Scotland and Ireland. The date, July the 2nd, 1644. The place, Marston Moor.
The English Civil War Society made it so realistic, I wondered how many casualties there were going to be.
There are casualties, but they are accidents rather than intended. So, well, somebody might break an arm. It's like a rugby game, just with different rules, but not more dangerous than that.
Obviously, I was expecting a different Civil War, but then it had been an exceptionally stressful summer. With the rest of the team, I had already been through the Battle of Agincourt, as well as the American Civil War. 42 films, 5 hours in all, to entertain and educate our visitors for years to come.
Is that about right, everyone? There? Yeah. All righty. End boat? Okay. Smoke good?
The real battle lasted only 2 hours. Our battle took weeks to prepare for and a whole weekend to film.
Large body of Roundhead cavalry led by Cromwell. They're going to attack and drive up the Royalist army in that direction, ending up with complete chaos and last stand of the White Coat. Okay? And for the technical, it's shot number 36.
It appeared as if the parliamentary cause was lost. But then, to the aid of the shattered centre, came Manchester's victorious infantry. Having routed the prince's right wing, Leslie and Cromwell wisely restrained the great bodies of their horse from pursuing these broken troops. Together, Manchester, Leslie and Cromwell fell upon the exposed flank of the Royalist infantry, dispersing the enemy's foot almost as fast as they charged, cutting them down, that we carried the whole field before us, thinking nothing to be done but to kill and take prisoners. When all their ammunition was spent, having refused quarters, every man fell in the same order and rank wherein he had fought. The battle was over by 9 o'clock. As for the number of slain, upon our first view, they seemed to be 4,000, of which I believe nigh 3 parts were theirs.
It must have been terrible to have been there on that June evening so long ago. But we got what I think is a really good film. And the English Civil War Society seemed to have a great weekend.
Right, let's see that some files here.
In fact, they'll probably do it again next year.